Check it out. It is the Team Associated MT8, and it's been 1 year since I bought this RC. So let me tell you what I like, dislike, and if anything is broke after 1 year of ownership. You know we gotta have it. It is 9 a.m. and it's already 90 degrees. But hey, still gotta have the coffee. But yeah, so the Team Associated MT8. I'll tell you honestly, right off, start out the bat, spoiler alert, I was and still am very, very happy with this RC. Totally blown away. I heard so much negativity about this RC. Heard it was bad, it was junk. This thing turned out to be great. Now, Talbert did something on the little brother, this one, the MT10, called the most indestructible. And, you know, I really don't find that one to be a very good RC. The MT8, it is. But there are a few caveats to that. So I would say my biggest issue with this RC is that they sell it as a 6S. Now, can it run on 6S? Absolutely. The electronics handle it. We have a C150, so 150 amp Hobby Wing rebranded ESC. That can more than handle the power. We also have a, I'm not sure the size, but the can on this thing is fairly long. It's a 2100 kV motor. So it can handle 6S, but the problem is the RC itself struggles with it. It's a bit too much power. Right away when I tried to do a speed run, one of these tires just separated and exploded. Oh man, look at that. We just blew a tire. Blew the damn tire. Well, that is not how I expected today to go. Now I know you can swap out tires and all that, but from what I remember, and it's been a year, so forgive me, I just remember this thing, I think it was just a little bit too much. This isn't a very, you know, it's got decent weight, but it's not like an overly heavy RC. You know, we only have some metal down here in the center, so, but it is fairly robust. I think this, if I recall correctly, even came with new control arms and stuff like that, because people were complaining about them breaking. So they gave you new parts, but I've never needed it. Now, to be fair, this is a really, really low mileage RC. I think I have maybe 3 packs through here, so I don't want to talk too much about the durability of this, because I said I really don't have a lot of time on this. You know, unfortunately, sometimes when you run a channel, you get so much stuff to review and that you really don't get to cycle through cars as much as possible. But I will say what I like. Metal threaded shocks, awesome. I love being able to adjust everything. I like the fact that, you know, if we do lights, like this has lights that are built into the body, the bumpers, stuff like that. So it's nothing that we have to mess with when we take the body on and off. I like the pretty metal bracing here. You know, plenty of power here with this ESC. Nice servo here, so metal parts on the servo and stuff like that. I mean, it's just really beefy. I mean, like, look at these shocks, really thick shock shafts over here, stuff like that. So I don't know, it just really seems to be a really well-made RC. Now, I don't like the fact that it didn't come with any type of heat sink or fan, but that's kind of common anymore, unfortunately. We do have a pretty cool wheelie bar here. Body, not much in the way of reinforcement here, but one thing I do like, this is something you don't see a whole lot of, is reinforcement on the back. I mean, these things flip over all the time. This thing is well gouged up, and then we also have roof skids. And guys, come on, that is such a pretty body. I really like the way that looks. Nice little plastic grill. And I don't like body clips, but it is nice that they are tethered, so we don't have to keep track of them. So thank you. Look at the hinge pin blocks too. Really pretty blue down here, but they are massive. Like I said, same thing with these control arms. I mean, the front feel a bit stiff. The back's got a little bit more flex, it seems, for some reason. But nice little skid protections here too to protect the metal chassis. But yeah, I mean, just all in all, really good RC. So it's time to go run this thing. So tip of the day. It's very important when you come run your RC car that 1, you remember the RC car. 2, you remember a battery. 3, make sure your battery's fully charged. And 4, don't forget your transmitter at home. So what a scene instantaneous for you has actually just cost me an hour and a half because I had to run home and get this. I was trying to save myself some time being out in the heat by already installing the battery and everything in the car and making sure it worked, because I've come out here before and turned on a car and something hasn't worked, either servo or ESC, something, and I've had to diagnose or replace something. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, instead of me having to run home with a dead RC, let me test everything. And I sat the transmitter down on like the little coat rack thing. As soon as I turned on the car, I was like, oh. But at least the good thing is, you know, there's Dollar Generals like every 5 feet. So even though there's no gnats right now bother me, my ankles and legs were getting bit up standing over there by mosquitoes. So we got some mosquito spray. Look at that. That's the only thing. Oh, the gnats are out. Look at that. That's the only thing I don't like with this Dumbo transmitter is it doesn't remember where stuff's at. Whoa! Dude, you don't even need 6S with this RC. You really don't. That's the beauty of it. That's probably why the back of that thing is so scratched up with such few runs. Oh, man. You barely need any throttle at all to get this thing up on a wheelie. That's freaking awesome. Look at it. Holy moly, it's still going. And I know you guys probably can't see. That's hands down like the longest friggin' wheelie ever. Oh, wow. Those lights are nice and bright. So let's see. Yeah, on 6S, it's just, you'll never keep the front end down. So even though you can technically run it on 6S, you kind of can't. This really is a good RC. All right, so this is probably one of the last RCs that I got that I actually transferred over to the Dumbo, because I was trying to simplify my life and just have a few transmitters, but it started getting expensive to buy receivers for every single car. Even though the Dumbo ones are fairly cheap, you know, it adds up. If you look at my 1-year reviews, I mean, I'm going sometimes 4, 5, 6 cars a month. So yeah, I really can't talk about the factory transmitter. I know I was looking at it earlier. I forgot I had transferred this. It's kind of a big, clumsy kind of thing, but it gets the job done. None of the ready-to-run transmitters are usually that spectacular. But man, I'll tell you, I mean, I got a few 4S cars that are this size. The Creighton, the FMT10. Now, oh golly, man. They really need to come out here and mow this grass. I found out when I was running the Italian out here the other day. I was running through the thick grass, and that grass really it beat up the front of the RC something bad. I mean, it's all kind of like scratched and tore up. Couldn't believe that. So try to avoid that stuff right now. Although I can't avoid it altogether. But anyhow, like I say, I got some 4S vehicles, and you know, they just kind of like, oh, it's all right. It just doesn't seem, you know, that. But I'll say this one on 4S to me just seems like a bit more powerful. It just has more of that snap, that punch that I like out of an RC. I like to just hit the gas and get that instant response, that torque, you know. And sometimes those 4S cars are just a little lacking. Now the Valkyrie, I'm trying to remember. I believe the Valkyrie is actually pretty good at it. Oh man. So, oh geez. Dislikes, man, the dirt showers. So other than that, for the dislikes, I really can't think of anything. As far as the likes, man, I love the way it looks. I don't know, I love the color scheme. I love the way the RC looks. The lights are nice. I really like that big, like beefy push bar type bumper here in the front. You guys missed it. I probably didn't show it too well. It's the only problem is that the body tends to pop and get stuck on the lights. But yeah, that's just nice. Really love those nice, thick, oversized shocks. You know, the shafts on those shocks are just massive. And the fact that they're metal and threaded. You know, like the 4S Creighton's way expensive and uses a stupid clips. I love the power this thing has too. You know, it's just plenty of power on tap for especially on 4S. And it definitely loves the wheelie. I was actually going to go run this at the jump spot, but the grass over there is insanely thick as well. So the MT8, I'm going to say, you know, after a year, I wish I would have driven it more. I've just been kind of got tied up with other reviews of cars that I bought or cars that I was sent and other stuff. And I haven't run as much, but I am so very pleased with this RC. It was way more. I was so worried about it. I heard so many bad things, so much negativity on this RC. I wasn't even going to give it a chance, but they had it marked down on sale like a clearance. I guess they stopped making them. I'm so glad I picked it up. I'm so glad. It is great. I mean, look at, like I said, 90 whatever degrees. We're out here hammering this thing. It's been drifting through here. It handles really well. I mean, I know it's upside down now, but everything can flip. I said, I think the people breaking stuff prior are out there just running really hard at skate parks. And I really don't think that represents a majority of what people actually do. A majority of us just don't have money and funds to, or even really time to go and break stuff and damage it. I mean, that might look cool for a YouTube channel or video, something like that. Take it to the park, throw it in the air, and oh, it broke, yeah! But me, that's just not my thing. I like to drive. I love being out here like this, kicking up dirt. And I gotta say, for a monster truck, this handles really, really well. And I haven't done any tuning to this RC at all. No shock tuning, anything. No diff tuning. This is just as it came out of the box. And this is on 4S. I mean, the front tires are ballooning a bit. So it almost tell you like the front diff's a little on the thin side, but I'm not about to thicken the diff. I'll never keep the front end on the ground. But yeah, man, I am so happy I gave the MT8 a chance. Really am. Terrific RC. I don't understand the hate that this thing got. It is so much better, hands down, so much better than the MT10. The MT10 just has so many deficiencies, and it's just not a very strong RC. The ESC out of the box on that thing sucks. Just absolutely sucks. The motor mount on it's a bit flimsy. If you take a hard landing, you're going to tweak that thing and end up binding your gears. I haven't bent mine, but and usually I don't take the advice forums and stuff like that. But it's just seen way too many people have issues with bending that thing, and I don't know. I'm just not that impressed with the MT10, but the MT8, whoa, blown away. Terrific RC. I don't understand why you got this hate, man. You're beautiful. You're fast, you're powerful, seem pretty durable. I said, I haven't, maybe this one here, we need to do a 2-year review. Maybe I'll try to keep that in mind. Maybe I'll try to run this some more. Maybe we'll come back in another year. And give it another shot. Maybe 6 months. I need to put some packs through this. I can be, like I said, I'm just being honest with you guys. I haven't really run this thing that much. But it's not because it's not a great RC. Like I said, I heard so much bad stuff. I was never going to touch this thing. But when it went on sale, I figured, hey, what's the worst case? If it's crap, I can strip it for the parts. But completely happy. I did blow up the tire on 6S. Lesson learned. Team Associate did warranty it. They sent me a brand new tire. And I've kept it on 4S. And I tell you what, that's all you need on this thing. So very, very happy with this RC. Very pleased. Blew all my expectations out of the water, which, I mean, I guess wasn't too bad because I didn't have high expectations for it. But that just goes to show you, sometimes you just don't look at one review or 2 reviews, dig a little bit deeper, and you got to make up your mind for yourself. How do people break it? What do they do? There's RCs I have that I see people breaking stuff in this because, you know it's hot out when the camera shuts down and tells me it's too hot. That's only happened one other time with the Insta360, and I don't record in 4K. I record 1080-60, which is still kind of high demand for a camera. But anyhow, completely blown away with this RC car. So if you're interested in where to get this fan or this rapid high voltage lithium battery, I'll leave links down below. And if I could find an MT8 somewhere, if somebody still has them, I'll leave a link to that one down below as well. So let me know what you think of the Team Associate MT8. What's your thoughts on the MT10? Do you have one? Do you think it lived up to the hype that told everybody about? Or do you think it was a little deficient too? But anyhow, completely happy with the MT8. And you guys are wondering how I clean these before I get them home to get all this leaves and stuff out. I'll leave a link down below, this little electric blower. These things are great. It's also cool right now to keep yourself cool or to cool down your camera so you can finish recording as well. All right, everyone, greatly appreciate the support, the likes, shares, comments. Those of you that shop my Amazon store or just start at my store and buy your coffee, whatever it is. Those of you that when you buy your cars, go to A-Main or Tower, using my link down below, you start out there and just buy whatever. Thank you so much. The affiliate stuff really helps me buy this stuff to keep the channel going. I greatly appreciate it. All right, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Take care. See you next one. Thanks for watching.